Star Fox 64, which was released in 1997 for the Nintendo 64, is an updated remake of the original Star Fox for the Super Nintendo, which was released in 1993. When it comes to being an updated version of Star Fox, it comes with updated graphics to fit with the 64-bit times, an updated voice acting section instead of blubbery gibberish that the other crew members did back in the Super Nintendo times, and of course, updated music. Along with that, also new stages that were never shown within the game. But of course, also some levels had to be cut off like in the game, like Space Armada. But overall, there was more levels in the game compared to the last game. This game puts you into the eponymous mercenary group Starfox, hired by the Cornerian Army, headed by Fox McCloud and crew members Falco Lombardi, Peppy Hare, and Slippy Toad. Now, of course, in my opinion, this game is considered a classic, and it's considered the most played game in my collection. And not to mention, this is the main reason why I became an engineer today, personally. In my opinion, at least. Even though it's not far-fetched creating R-Wings, in my opinion, even because we got fighter jets, but it's not far-fetched putting something like that into space. This is Juggernaut, and this is my review of Star Fox 64 for Nintendo 64.
Check your G-diffuser system.
The story of the game goes like this, which is easily explained in the opening narration of the game. Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system.
Dude, no one wants to regurgitate bullshit. They want your perspective of the story, yeah?
Birds, baby birds to be exact, eat regurgitated fruit from their parents. That's what I basically do with my audience.
Your audience are not birds. This is your first review. Don't mess it up.
And your point is?
That's my point. Now rephrase that story or I'll cut you off from your review.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Okay, since my show producer wants it to be more interactive, quote unquote, here's what I got in terms of story. It all starts up with this ape-ship crazy of a scientist, Andros. Now, before I shit on Andros, don't get me wrong, he was once a brilliant scientist with pure intentions in which benefited the Lilat system. Of course, having a title brilliant scientist means you become cocky, which what happened to Andros. He became insane with power to the point of defying research ethics. Because of this insanity, his experiments have caused an event which turned Corneria into a wasteland of near extinction. In response to the event, General Pepper, head of the Cornerian Army, has exiled Andros to the planet Venom, which is known for its harsh conditions and its unbreathable atmosphere. Getting exiled to this planet is equivalent to a death sentence, and no one thought Andros survived the conditions. 5 years later, as the game states, General Pepper noticed a strange activity coming from Venom. He ordered the original Star Fox consisting of James McCloud, Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare. Yes, that Peppy Hare you know and love so much. All tangents aside, he told him to investigate Venom. Arriving on the planet Venom, Pigma betrayed the team, which caused James and Peppy to get captured by Andros. Peppy barely escaped the clutches of Andros. From there, he went to James' son Fox McCloud to tell his fate. Now, a few years had passed. Andros initiated the Lilat Wars by launching an invasion from Venom, in which it is now his military stronghold. The Cornerian Army, on the brink of defeat, hired a new Star Fox team headed by Fox McCloud, along with new members Slippy Toad, Falco Lombardi, and Star Fox veteran Peppy Hare to defeat Andros and free the Lilat system once again. Dogfighting games nowadays, there's always an intimidating control scheme to newcomers. Lucky for all you dogfighting newbies, this game is actually very simple. You got regular lasers which can be upgraded twice, and you also got your charge lasers. This bad boy can destroy multiple enemies in one shot and score you big points. Then you have your bombs which can wipe out an entire armada if you want to. I'm probably exaggerating that, but I'm keeping that in the script since it makes me sound badass.
Alpha Purpose is strong within this one.
Oh, shut up!
Just saying.
Anyways, you also have your defensive techniques too. You have your somersault to turn the tides against your enemies. Also new to the Starfox series is the U-turn, which is used in all range mode. All range mode is the second part of this game in which you are in an arena-like stage in which you have full control of the R-Wing compared to his on-rails gameplay, of course. Many of these stages make use of this all range mode. You also have your booster and retro rockets for those certain situations when called for. Finally, we also have the infamous... Yep, this is definitely going to my jar of cliches, alright. To add to the action feel of the game, every copy of the game, at least when you bought it at the time, comes with a rumble pack which forever revolutionized gaming, as the rumble pack is now in every modern gaming controller. However, I feel this is a gimmick, but not gonna lie, there was a few moments in this game where the rumble pack actually made the game much more fun. The gist of this game is to get as many points as possible as indicated near your health bar as we progress through the story. Whenever your score is red and all of your team members are alive, you earn a medal for that level, but we'll talk about the medals later. Going along with the story is branching paths. The original Starfox had it, but it was heavily emphasized in his N64 counterparts. This means there are two different endings within the story. For all intents and purposes, you got your blue path, which is the easy route and leads you to a weaker ending in my opinion. You get the yellow path, which doesn't contain an ending, but due to the fact it gets diverted around the middle, of course. And finally, you got your red path, which is the hard path, or the true path as I like to call it, since it leads you to the true ending of the game. Thankfully, this game can let you pick your path by fulfilling certain mission requirements as highlighted through the end of each level by either saying mission accomplished or mission complete. Some of these requirements to get into the branching paths is sometimes archaic at some points, to the point where first time players won't even know how to fulfill the requirements and just get it by pure luck. Thankfully, we live in the age of the internet. Let's take Corneria for example, where you need to keep Falco alive in order to get the alternative path. After that, fly to the arches, then Falco will notify you that he has found a secret path. Now you see what I mean? To add more to the game is the addition of two new vehicles not present in the original game, the Landmaster and the Blue Marine. Yes, I know the Landmaster was technically invented in Star Fox 2, but the game was not released at all, so it doesn't count. These two new vehicles add a new sense of control scheme for the player to figure out, where the Landmaster has hovering capabilities if you hold the Z and R buttons at the same time, and the Blue Marine with having infinite torpedoes which act as your bombs. My gripe about one vehicle in particular is the Blue Marine, which is only limited to one level, Aquas. I actually like that level, and I actually like the way how that level was laid out for the Blue Marine to look at, and I was expecting more. But come to realize when I was first time playing it, there was no more levels based on it because that was the only level they get to use the Blue Marine. Another aspect I want to look is your team AI. This might come across as nitpicky, but for some I feel like I should bring this up. Your crew cannot even defend themselves. When it comes to all range mode, the adversary in danger calls you out to help them, which is clearly indicated by the color arrows on the screen to find them. Sure, that seems all fine and dandy that you can find them and all, but the fact that you have a somersault maneuver and question why they don't use it when an enemy is chasing their ass kind of makes you scratch your head a little bit. Oh, I'm so sorry game, I should really take time to save my teammates and not destroy this mothership, which is probably gonna blow up the Katina base in 30 seconds. Yeah, thank you game. Finally, the last part of this gameplay of Star Fox is the multiplayer. If you have any friends, you can play the multiplayer aspect of it, which at first only seems like R-Wing battles for now, but if you collect medals for the game, more stuff can be unlocked, like controlling a Landmaster, and here's the kicker, control the actual pilots on foot. Take that, Star Fox Assault. Multiplayer is basically who can gain a certain amount of points by killing each other in an all-range mode free-for-all. With 4 players, this game can get very crazy as people tend to mess with each other in the game, and this is coming from personal experience alone. Overall, if you have any friends, play this mode. When it comes to playing games in general, the music has to make me feel like I am in the game itself. Star Fox fulfills that to the nth degree. With MIDIs that sound like an orchestra, this soundtrack alone makes me want to buy the CD of the music for this game. As a matter of fact, let me check the prices of it on eBay. $99? Oh hell no! I'm torrenting this soundtrack now. I have personally picked 3 audio clips in the game that I feel shows the game's musical value. The first one is from Zonus, the next is from Katina, and finally Area 6. As you can tell, the music fits with the certain themes within each level. With Zonus, the planet has become a toxic wasteland due to androids invading the planet. The music associated with the level shows how dramatic of a change Zonus went from being a once beautiful planet to being a nauseous chemical cesspool. For Katina, the Cornerian base there is being pummeled by Andross' army as they invade. However, when Starfox shows up to the field, the music plays as if it's a sign of relief and hope for the Cornerian army, but they still have enemies to deal with, of course. Of course, one could say that this song sounds like a reunion after a long time, like Bill, who is Fox's longtime friend, and for the fact that they haven't seen each other for a long time, kinda adds to the feel of this music. Finally, Area 6, the last location before Venom, the last night events for Andross. This level throws everything including the kitchen sink towards you, and the music paired along with it shows how hostile when Starfox approaches the Venom airspace, of course. Overall, the music gets a thumbs up in my opinion, and definitely a good listen to when you want to accomplish something like finally understanding a difficult topic in one of your classes. A motivation for when you're doing your research paper that you blew off until the last day. And I should really not be talking about myself and my poor study habits right now. On to the next part. Oh boy, where should I start? The medals are one aspect of the game that provides a challenge for each level. Each level has a different score that you have to fulfill in order to get a medal for that level. Now let me tell you this, some of these medals are a pain in the ass to get. Especially when there's levels there are too many things to shoot at. I'm looking at you, Katina and Mateo. These medals are just a form of bragging rights until you get all of them for each level. If you get every medal on each level, you unlock Expert Mode in the main menu of the game. Now this is where the difficulty game is cranked up. Damage to you takes a good chunk of your health. To go along with the painstakingly difficulty, when you crash into a solid object, your wing literally flies off. Therefore making the R-Wing harder to control because it gradually sinks and you have to keep pulling it up in order to keep it in the air. Now if you get every medal on every planet in Expert Mode, and complete the true ending of the game, you just get a static screen that says great at the end of everything. There is also some sweet context sensitive moments within the game too. Like if one character needs to repair their ship, their whole line of dialogue is removed for that next level they're going to be playing at. Also in Sector Z, the Great Fox's wing can get blown off by a missile if you don't take care of it in time. The ship stays like that even in the ending credits of the game. Also, the final screen before you submit your score to the roster, a bill is presented to you, showing you how many enemies you killed and the amount of money the Cornerian army owes to the Starfox. But that's not the main point. The main point is General Pepper's reaction to the bill that got me to chuckle a couple of times due to the fact that he owes so much money to the Starfox team. There could be more context sensitive moments of the game, but if I keep talking about it, the video might be longer than what I expected.
Starfox 64 is a really good game to have in one's collection, and it's considered a classic in many people's eyes, of course, with spanning many series of like Star Fox Adventures, Star Fox Assault, Star Fox Command for Nintendo DS, and the soon coming Star Fox Zero for the Wii U, which is probably going to be the most amazing thing ever because there's haven't been another Star Fox game since who knows when, since Star Fox Command, but I don't even know when that game came out. But overall, Star Fox is a game to be having in your collection. If you find it on eBay for a good price, buy it. Buy it as soon as possible. Overall, my game gets an overall rating of barrel roll out of 10. I'm Juggernaut, and this is the end of my review for Star Fox 64 for the Nintendo 64.
Now, was it barrel roll or was it aileron roll? Barrel roll or aileron roll? Oh yeah, I remember, it's MathPad to say something about it's aileron roll. Alright, that's the correct maneuver for it now. Oh, what the hell? I didn't notice this thing was recording. Oh, but while this thing was recording, welcome to the end slate of my reviews. This is what I'm probably going to be doing for each of my reviews. So, overall, this end slate is only going to have one video in particular. If you click on the annotation labeled on my left, it'll take you to a bonus content, whereas me and my little brother playing the multiplayer aspect of Star Fox 64, where we basically just shitted on each other. Well, me dominating his ass, and right now my little brother's looking at me with evil stares right now because of me owning his ass. But overall, take that video a watch, and overall leave some comments down because this is my first review and all the constructive criticism will be needed for this review. And overall, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys have a good day and see you in the next review.